Hi guys! So this is the directions video for your matching activity for the causes or motivations of exploration. So during this lesson, I want you to be thinking of what were the main reasons that people explored or chose to explore, because it was a very dangerous journey. It would normally take months and they would have to travel by ship, which is very dangerous. So why did people choose to go on this crazy journey? So the first thing that we're going to do is we have 6 readings. They're very short. They're each probably a paragraph apiece. And as you're reading one of them, you're trying to match which motivation goes with that reading. So the first one is improved ship design. Second is fame, glory, wealth. Third is new trade routes to Asia. The fourth one is improved weapons. 5 is create more accurate maps, not ships. F is spread Christianity, Catholicism, and Protestantism. And then G is claim new lands for their country. All right, so let's start our reading and our task cards. So for the first one, it says, it's got a little map of, it says early explorations of the 1400s, and it kind of shows the routes that people would take via the ship. So Asia had a lot of interesting spices, and they wanted to create strong ties for trade in Asia. But if you were in Europe, you had to go all the way around Africa. So they were looking for quicker ways to reach Asia. And so that's why Christopher Columbus started going this way and found the New World. All right, reading 1. For early explorers, one of the main motives for exploration was the desire to find trade routes to Asia. By the 1400s, merchants had brought many goods to Europe from Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Demand or desire for these goods increased the desire for trade. Europeans were especially interested in spices from Asia. They had learned to use spices to help preserve food during winter and to cover up the taste of food that was no longer fresh. Trade with Asia was expensive and difficult. Muslims and Italians controlled the flow of trade. Muslim traders carried goods to the east coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Italian merchants then brought the goods to Europe. Problems arose when Muslim rulers sometimes closed the trade routes from Asia to Europe. Also, the goods went through many hands, and each trading party raised their price. European monarchs or kings and merchants, or we know from our last unit in social studies and Renaissance, the merchants are people who buy and sell goods, wanted to break the hold that Muslims and Italians had on trade. One way to do this was to find a sea route to Asia. Portuguese sailors looked for a route that went around Africa. Christopher Columbus tried to reach Asia by sailing west across the Atlantic. So on this map, locate Italy, shaped like a boot. Italy is right here. Portugal is this little country right here. Spain is this country right here. Mediterranean Sea is right here. And China's way over here. All right, so going back to our slide, after what we just read, we read about trade routes to Asia, about how those countries wanted spices. So out of which of these reasons do you guys think that they align? Improved ship design? No. Fame, glory, wealth? No. New trade routes to Asia? Ding! Yes. So reading number 1 is C. All right, so going back to our reading, start with number 2. We've got a picture of, it looks like indigenous people, and I'm not sure who these people are. Maybe it'll talk about it in the reading. Many people were excited by the opportunity for new knowledge. Explorers saw the chance to earn fame and glory as well as wealth. Some craved adventure, and the new lands were discovered. And as new lands were discovered, nations wanted to claim the land's riches for themselves. There are 2 reasons here. So let's get back to our slide. 2 reasons here. Fame, glory, and wealth, I feel like was one of the biggest ones. Did it talk about claim new lands? What did it say? Adventure. So let's see. We've got, oh, my computer's messing up. We said number 1 was C, and then we said fame, glory, and wealth for B. And I think this one is also G, because in the last paragraph it said it wanted to claim lands and riches for themselves, for their nation. So that could be it. All right, reading number 3. This is Columbus, and he is reaching a place where there's native people who live there. Another motive for exploration was the desire to spread Christianity. Both Protestant and Catholic nations were eager to make new converts to their form of Christianity. In a way, they were competing for the most possible converts. Missionaries followed the path blazed by explorers, sometimes using force to bring native peoples into their faiths. So this motivation would be spread Christianity through either Catholicism or Protestantism. All right, reading number 4. The age of exploration began in the midst of the Renaissance, a time of new learning. A number of advances made it easier for explorers to venture into the unknown. One key advance was in cartography or map creation, or the art and science of map making. In the early 1400s, an Italian scholar translated an ancient book called The Guide to Geography through Greek into Latin. The book had been written by Ptolemy in a 2nd century CE. Printed copies of the book inspired new interest in cartography. European mapmakers used Ptolemy's work to draw more accurate maps. Discovery by explorers gave mapmakers new information to work with. The result was a dramatic change in Europeans' view of the world. By 1500s, globes showed Earth as a sphere or ball. In 1507, a German cartographer made the first map that clearly showed North and South America separated from Asia. In turn, better maps helped explorers making navigation by sea easier. The most important Renaissance geographer, Gerardus Mercator, created maps using improved lines of longitude and latitude. Mercator's map-making technique was a great help to navigators. So this sounds like map making and creation. Create more accurate maps. All right, 2 more and then we're done. Reading 5. An improved ship design also helped explorers. By 1400s, Portuguese and Spanish shipbuilders were making caravels. These ships were small, fast, and easy to maneuver. Their shallow bottoms made it easier for explorers to travel along coastlines where the water was not deep. Caravel also used lanterne or triangular sails, an idea borrowed from Muslim ships. These sails would be positioned to take advantage of the wind no matter which way it blew. Along with better ships, new navigational tools helped sailors to travel more safely on the open seas. By the end of the 15th century, the compass was much improved. Sailors used compasses to find their bearing or direction of travel. The astrolabe helped sailors figure out their distance north and south from the equator. So our reasons for this, we've got left improved weapons, improved ship design. That sounds right. because they're talking about the caravels. So our last reading for 5, number 6, improved weapons, gave Europeans a huge advantage over the people that met in their explorations. Sailors could fire their cannons at targets near the shore without leaving their ships. On land, the weapons of native peoples often were no match for the Europeans' gun, armor, and horses. So the last one is improved weapons, or D. All right. Thank you for watching.